Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thank you for checking out the channel today. Today we are going to be going over post-rotation Gholdengo EX. Now, at first glance, you would notice that this is very similar to what Gholdengo looked like pre-rotation. I haven't put a ton of time into testing this, but I think this is still a good place to start. I think the water package adds a lot of depth to a deck like Gholdengo, and it helps it not be so linear. And it does give you a lot of options. So real quick, just to go over Gholdengo EX for those of you that don't know, 260 HP metal type stage 1 EX has that ability coin bonus that says you may draw a card, and then if it is in the active you get to draw an additional card. And then it has one attack, Make It Rain, which does 50 times the amount of energy we discard from our hand. As such, you will notice that the engine we are going to be running is very similar to that of Baxcalibur, because very similar to Baxcalibur, we need to get a lot of energies back in rotation. So, with that being said, we are running 4 Pokestop, 4 Superior Energy Retrieval, 3 Earthen Vessels as ways to find energies off of Pokestop. And then, one of the main reasons why I really like the water package is because of Irida. Irida is a great card all throughout the game. Turn 1, she can grab something like Greninja plus Poffin, which then equals 2 Gimme Ghouls. In the mid game, she could be, a Palkia V-Star and a Superior Energy Retrieval, which helps you get something like a Greninja powered up. You could even get Palkia V-Star plus Canceling Cologne to pull off a Moonlight Shuriken play. So I do really like Irida as the main supporter here, and I do think that is the main reason you want to run it with the water package. And then, as mentioned, we do have the Palkia V-Star here. It serves a couple purposes. One, it's a water attacker, so we don't just get hard walled out by some random fire type Pokemon. And then it actually does a decent amount of damage. With Gholdengo, you want to put as many Gholdengos into play as possible, which means that it's really easy to set up high numbers for Subspace Swell. Because if both you and your opponent have a full bench, then Subspace Swell will max out at 260 damage, which is very relevant. This is a really good attacker into something like Charizard. If you start off the Zard matchup with Palkia, you can two-shot it. You can go 2 for 2 with a Zard because they won't be able to one-shot you. And then having access to something like Star Portal is really interesting because for Gholdengo's Make It Rain attack, it just says we can discard any energies. It doesn't have to be metal. And so this is a way to get benefit out of a different type of energy. With Star Portal, we can power up Radiant Greninja and use Moonlight Shuriken, which can really help us in one prize matchups like Lost Box, where Gholdengo would have previously struggled. And then to kind of ensure that this goes off, we are playing the one Canceling Cologne. And then to round out the Pokemon, we are playing Manaphy because we do want to get as many Gimme Ghouls in play as possible, and we will get punished by something like a Radiant Greninja. As for the supporters, we do have the 4 Irida, as mentioned earlier. One of the big buffs that Gholdengo got from the new set was Ciphermaniac's Codebreaking. This card lets you search your deck for 2 cards, put them on the top of your deck, and then if you have Gholdengo in the active, you just get to draw the 2 cards. If you have a Gholdengo on the bench, you get to draw the first one, and then if you have another Gholdengo, you get to draw the next one. This also pairs really well with Pokestop. You can use Ciphermaniac to put 2 Superiors on top and then mill them with Pokestop, and then now you have access to 8 energies, which is just an insane amount of burst potential. I've been really debating on how many of this card I want to play. There was at one point where I thought it was a guaranteed 4 of. And then I was like, okay, maybe that's a little too much. It's not the greatest in the beginning of the game. And then I went down to 3. And then I just recently went back down to 2. But I could see this easily going back up. We are playing 2 bosses orders. Gholdengo can honestly one-shot whatever it needs. But sometimes if your opponent has too much HP sitting in the active, especially with the addition of the Hero's Cape A-Spec, sometimes it might be hard to get a one-shot. So having the ability to kind of just have pseudo infinite damage means that you know, if you can't KO the active, odds are you're going to be able to KO the bench. So you really just kind of want to pick and choose what you take your knockouts with. And then one idea that I have stolen from the Baxcalibur is the addition of Silene. I think this card is really good. It helps you recover resources if you get an unfortunate Airy and it hits something like Superiors out of your hand, if it hits your Prime Catcher, stuff like that. But then even if you don't get disrupted, it's still just a great card. If you flip one head, you get back your Prime Catcher, which is just insane. You get access to a 5th Superior, which is nuts. You could even get a 2nd Canceling Cologne and pull off the Greninja play again. So there's really just a lot of applications for this card. And it's really cool because Silene puts the cards on top of the deck, which means you can just draw into them with Gholdengo. So I really like this card. I could see this going up as well in counts. And then we are playing 4 Pokestop for stadiums. We do have a large amount of items, and we're really just trying to see as many cards per turn as we can. For Superior, as mentioned earlier, we're just trying to get as many energy to hand as possible. And then for Search, we are running 4 Buddy Buddy Poffin because Gimme Ghoul does have 70 HP. 3 Nest Balls as ways to get the Palkias and the Greninjas outside of using Irida. 3 Ultra Ball for the Gholdengos and the Palkias and Greninjas as well. 3 Earthen Vessels because this is effectively plus 100 damage if you have 2 energies in the deck. And this also helps thin the deck of the energies, thus making your Pokestops more likely to hit items, thus generating you more value. And then we are playing 1 regular energy retrieval. The damage multiplier is slightly smaller than something like Chi and Pow, which means that we do need more energies to KO things like Charizard. Pow can get away with discarding 6 energies. Gholdengo needs to get rid of 7. So, those certain thresholds do kind of require that we have to play additional energy recovery. You could easily play like a 2nd Super Rod and like max out your vessels just to try and pull them from deck, so that way you have more versatility. But I like having the 1 of retrieval. And then we have 1 Super Rod for universal recovery, 1 Canceling Cologne, and then 1 Pal Pad. With the 4 Pokestop, we are a heavy milling deck, so it is very likely that we will end up milling our supporters. So this is just a way to get infinite value out of Silene, get extra bosses if we need it, and just do stuff like that. And then finally, to round out the items, we do have 2 additional forms of Gusting. We have a Counter Catcher and a Prime Catcher as the A-Spec. Like I said earlier, you kind of just want to pick and choose, make sure you take 2 prizes every turn if you can. And then for the energy, we are running 6 water, 4 metal, because Gholdengo only needs 1 metal, and odds are you're only going to ever have 1 energy attached to a Gholdengo on the field at a time. You don't need a ton of metal energies, and you really want to increase the count of waters, so that way you can effectively pull off subspace swell. But yeah, guys, that's the list that we're going to be running with today. Remember, if you do enjoy this kind of content, you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then go ahead and leave me a comment down below who your favorite Paldean Pokemon is. And I want Paldean originals, not Paldean forms. I was a bit iffy on Gholdengo. I have grown to like him quite a bit. But I think my favorite Paldean Pokemon really has to be Skeledirge. I saw Fuecoco and I thought he was incredible. And then I saw Crocolore and I was getting a little scared. And then I saw Skeledirge and I fell in love with him. And I have loved that Pokemon, that card, every iteration of Skeledirge ever since I, first experienced him in the Scarlet and Violet game. So yeah, guys, with that all being said, I'm going to go ahead and send you off to the gameplay. Alrighty, guys. Does look like we found our opponent for the day. Hopefully we can win the coin flip, go second rather. I do think Dango is probably a going second deck, just because you really want to try and maximize the amount of Dangos you find. Tails, we're probably going to get the pick. We're not going to go first. Hopefully we do not get punished by that. This hand is kind of bad. Ditto. So we're going against Lost Box or Chien Pao. Both of those are bad to let go first. So, yet again, get punished for choosing to go second. It's an Arc deck that's also bad. Okay. I'm gonna Nest Ball for Greninja. I should probably Pokestop first, actually. That's why we Pokestop first. Metal, get double water. I meant to use the other. Yet another turn that we go second. Don't hit a supporter. But hey, we got a free 20 damage. If this arc somehow doesn't evolve, that's relevant. But opponent just had every out to arc, because why not? Arc Noivern. I think Noivern's overkill with Arc. Like, if you build your deck right, Arc already has a good Ancient Box matchup, and that's the only thing you would play Noivern for. Like, Arc by itself, with a couple Sharons and Turos, should easily be able to solo Ancient Box. Oh, we're playing multiple Noiverns. And Water Energy, so we're playing Arc Counterbox. Not gonna lie, these were probably some of the best discards that they could have hit. Like Acuity, that's so cope. Why are we playing this? We did get Iono'd into a pretty good hand, thankfully. We have 3 in the discard, 4 now. So you need to get rid of 6. There's a Superior, that's crazy. We're gonna mill with Pokestop. Okay, mill the metal. Going to coin bonus. Okay. So I mean, we should. Because then Irida can just grab regular Superior or regular energy retrieval. No, we're 1 energy short right now. So if Irida grabs Vessel, then that'll do it. We are out of Vessels. But we can do it with... No, we can't, because we're still 1 energy short. Okay, we got it. I mean, that was definitely a good follow-up for us. We did hit the backup Gholdengo, but our board is drastically shrinking. Should probably be playing 2 Super Rod. Our opponent never whiffs an Arc. Although the good thing for us is Arc V Star. That's interesting. Did they prize 2 V Stars? I was gonna say Arc V Star can't one-shot Gholdengo even with the maximum belt. Yeah, I think our opponent is not. Wow, okay, so they hit a research off of that. That's insane. But the fact that they why are we playing leftovers? Wow, we are going like really big into to like tanky. I don't even really know why we attached that. I doubt it's gonna matter. I'm gonna vacuum away the Pokestop. That shouldn't matter. And see, this is another reason why, like, even though Gholdengo is very good, it being 50 instead of 60 like Chien-Pao matters a lot, because it means for things like it puts everything on an odd interval, which is really awkward. Like to hit 220s, you need to get rid of 5. To hit, you know, 280s, you need to get rid of 6. So like you just need an extra energy to KO everything. Okay, so we're gonna start with coin bonus. 2. Coin bonus. Okay. And the opponent concedes. Alrighty, guys. I know our opponent didn't necessarily get the greatest game, but I feel like that was, you know, able to highlight the, you know, the power of Gholdengo. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy that video. I know it wasn't the longest, but remember, if you do enjoy this kind of content, to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go ahead and leave me that comment down below, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.